Hey guys, my name's Caleb, and in this video, we're going to be doing an update on Audius, the music streaming platform that is aiming to be decentralized over the next few years and is going to disrupt an entire music industry in a major way. So if you haven't checked out my last video, go check that out. I made that on March 5th, and we were trading right around like 56 cents when I first made that video. And now we are up almost 6 times, a little bit over 6 times actually, at $3.17 today, 50% run up in the last 24 hours. So that is absolutely insane. And I wanted to make this video for all the new investors who are coming into the space and kind of caution everybody, just to remind everybody that not that long ago, we were just right around 50 cents. I know, believe me, as you saw in my last video, I am very bullish on this project long term, and I'm going to dive deeper into the token distribution and all that in this video. So if you haven't already, check out this website, Audius, and you can check out the platform. So without further ado, this is kind of going to go a little bit deeper into the distribution. Let's talk about it. So this is a post made on October 23rd talking about how the Genesis distribution was made, and I'm going to compare that to a couple of other things, okay? So in their first distribution, they did kind of like an airdrop to all their users, and in this audio drop, they basically gave it to all the active users, and you can kind of read in here to how they distributed it. I thought that was pretty cool. They gave a weighted distribution. Basically, those who got the most streams and the most active users were airdropped the most. I thought that was really cool. But as an investor, now that everything for like as using and the platform growing and getting more users, which by the way, on their Twitter, they just announced, I think yesterday, they're up to 4 million monthly users, which is insane. And that's great to see. But in this video, I'm going to be specifically talking about Audius as an investment, not as a use case, the platform. Okay, so totally different topics. All right, because as a platform, it's awesome, and there's no complaints. I think it's got all green roads ahead of it. As an investor, though, I want to caution people, because especially as we're trading around $3.15. I want to caution people to make sure you're aware. You read this full article here about the audio distribution here, and we see that Audius, they created 1 billion tokens at launch, okay? And you can see the way that it's going to be distributed all in this post. And here we are right now in March, okay? We're this little block here. We're right around 120, somewhere between 120 and 160 million Audius, okay, as of right now. Now you see next month there's a big event happening where a lot of Audius tokens are unlocked and able to join the circulating supply. Now let's look and read further into what that is, okay? So let me see. You see, okay, it's mainly these two blocks here, which is the investors and the team and the advisors. These all get unlocked in a cliff event in April. It's April 23rd. Now let me show you. So the audio drop was only 5%. Okay, that was that first drop we talked about. The foundation and the treasury, because it is a governance token, is 17.8%. Okay, and then team and advisors, this is a little bit, as an investor, I'm not really huge about this, but I understand this is the decision they wanted to make. 40% of that went to team advisors, or team and advisors, okay? So that would be people like Deadmau5 and some of the other advisors, and obviously the team that built it. And then 36% went to investors, okay? So on April 23rd, we see here reserved for Audius founders, employees, and strategic artists and advisors. All team and advisor tokens are subject to a 3-year unlock schedule with quarterly unlock events and a 6-month cliff happening on April 23rd. So that 6-month cliff is what we're about to see right now. That first round of unlocking, now that's going to be happening right here. Now, that does not mean that they're all going to be selling and dumping it right away. That's not in their best interest. I'm not saying that there's going to be a giant sell-off in April. So don't think this is like a giant doom and gloom video. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not in their best interest. I just am saying that, or trying to point this out to you guys, that you're aware of where all this is happening, because it's not like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is very decentralized. We know there's a hard cap of 21 million, and it's very obvious where all that is. Okay, it's very decentralized. This is not so much so, and that's just how projects are in the beginning. The governance and the decentralization is not quite there yet. This is not at all, especially when we get up here, when we see this is almost like a 60-40 split between the foundation team and original investors to the community. And this is even out in July 2026. In the beginning, we're way less decentralized. So we're working there. But I just want to make sure all the new investors are fully aware of all of this. Now, they talk about here that the distribution breakdown, they basically tweaked the Uniswap team for its distribution. So you can read here, a breakdown of the exact audio distribution can be found here. You can read the Etherscan distribution, or I'm sorry, not the Ethercan, the code. You can click on that. If you're a geek, you want to read all that code, you can. Big shout out to Uniswap for open sourcing their elegant Merkle distribution, tweaked with love by the Audius team. So let's look at that. Okay, so let's look at, I pulled up here the Uniswap distribution. This is back in September 20. So we see here that it's actually quite a lot different. Their unlock schedule is pretty similar. So there's not a cliff event. We see the unlock schedule of the team, advisors, and investors here. But in the beginning, it was mostly all community, very decentralized in the beginning. And then we've seen their unlock schedule be released kind of more gradually. But even throughout, even in September 2024, you see the community tokens way outweigh the original team and the original investors. And then you see the advisors, a very small percentage right there. So I like this a lot better as an investor. Again, this is totally looking at it from an investor's mind and a return on investment standpoint. As an investor, I like this a lot better. The way that they tweaked the Audius one is quite a lot more weighted into the investors team and foundation, but I don't want to take away from, the product itself. I just wanted to compare that to you guys. Also, I want to show you guys something else that's pretty interesting, because right now we've also seen Theta. We've seen Theta, which is kind of the video streaming service equivalent of what Audius is trying to do. Theta does, I'm not comparing, they're not apples to apples completely. Theta does some other really interesting things with the way they make it easier for streamers to share bandwidth and all that. But they're trying to tackle the video streaming market, okay? And they currently, with the huge run up they've had, are at Theta's at a $12.2 billion market cap, and Audius is right now at a mere 382 million. But again, go back to this, we are quickly going to raise the circulating supply from around 150 to, over the next 3 years, over $1 billion. So very quickly, that is going to be, you could say, diluted very fast. So I just wanted to warn a lot of people, or not warn, this definitely could be going up to $10 very soon. I'm not a financial advisor. Don't take this as financial advice. I just want to make sure people don't just look at this and say, oh, I like the product. I love the fact that it's a small market cap. I'm going to invest. I'm going to dump, my life savings into it. I just want to make sure everybody's fully aware of, what they're investing in before they do. So please read the entire article. Make sure you do that. And I want to also compare, I know we're kind of getting deep here, but Theta, as we just saw, is a $12.2 billion market cap as of right now, right? Where did that go? 12.2. Okay. So let's look at what they're trying to tackle. And let's look at the YouTube revenue. So this is video streaming. YouTube did 15.5 or 15.1 billion in revenue 2019. Twitch, which I could say arguably that Twitch and YouTube are kind of what Theta's aiming to take on as the industry, and they did 1.5. So YouTube and Twitch combined right around $16.5 billion in revenue, compared to, let's look at Spotify's revenue for 2019, or this is 2020, but 9.5 billion, and then Apple Music was 4.1 billion. So just to compare the two, services, video streaming and audio streaming aren't that far off for as much as like revenue, right? So YouTube and Twitch combined was 16 billion, Spotify and Apple Music, which are the two major ones, right around 13 billion. So it's not too far off is the comparison I'm trying to make between audio streaming and video streaming. And then again, that's the revenue. That's not the market cap for these. Spotify, even though it was 5 billion revenue, the company is worth $48 billion. So also another comparison that's not quite equal is Theta is a 12.2 billion in just Theta. They also have Theta Fuel, which is another, I think, $2 billion. Because that is the way that the streamers earn, the token is through Theta Fuel. Audius is all done with audio token. So that's the governance token. That is how people invest in the team and the platform itself. And that is how, there's no Audius Fuel. It's audio. That's how it's distributed. Okay. So just want to make sure that's clear to everybody. Again, this is not financial advice. I'm not saying don't go out and buy it $3.20. If you do all your research and, you compare everything that I'm comparing here and you actually dive deep into it and you still think, okay, I think that they are going to take on what Spotify does. I think the team is going to continue to make the token decentralized, then by all means go for it. I just wanted to inspire you guys to make sure you do your own research. Read the entire paper here. I'll link it down in the description below. Also, make sure if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I should have said that earlier, but make sure you subscribe to the channel. I try to bring you guys all the latest developments and research inside the space of investing. And make sure you like the video. So thank you guys so much for watching. The link for this is down below in the description. And don't forget, you can also earn $25 in Bitcoin if you sign up and invest your first $100 with Voyager. So make sure you do that before that expires. The link for that is also down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.